Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skatedown. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. I want to do a video on a possible trade that can happen very soon. With the New Jersey Devils saying that they want Akira Schmid to develop more in the AHL, and the Montreal Canadiens possibly being over the cap if Carey Price is returning, which I know a lot of Montreal Canadiens fans are ecstatic about that. But it's going to create some moves to happen, and the Devils could possibly still be looking for a netminder, and the Montreal Canadiens could be looking to trade one out to create some cap room. So in this video, I want to talk about that because there is just this trade that makes so much sense for both parties that it's a possibility it could possibly happen. So I want to talk about that in this video, so please stay with me throughout. So on the Daily Faceoff, this was a while back after the season ended. Frank Saravelli mentioned that the New Jersey Devils' preference would be for Akira Schmid to start as many games as possible in the AHL for this upcoming season. So with that being said, you heard all these rumors going about. The Devils are looking for another netminder, and that's where you heard all these Connor Hellebuyck rumors starting, and those have died down a bit, but now they're starting to ramp up again as the season is approaching. But, in this video, I want to talk about what happens if the Devils don't want to go that route. With acquiring Connor Hellebuyck, I've done a lot of videos on this. I'm not going to do another one on it right now, but it would cost a lot to acquire him, and then you have to work out the contract and everything. So that's where I think this may be a more plausible decision to make, is to trade for A Desmith. The Devils currently have around $1.9 million available in cap space. The Montreal Canadiens sit at 87, so they were about 3.8 over the cap. And I came across some interesting tidbits where this could possibly work out. So on the show, The Drive-By, according to Mrs. Price, Carey Price's wife, she said Carey will finally be back in Montreal for the start of the 2023 training camp. So I'm sure Montreal Canadiens fans went crazy when they heard this. Having their all-star netminder back after dealing with those injuries is going to be a welcome addition to that team to help them prepare for this upcoming year. So with that being said, they have 3 current netminders on their roster now. They have DeSmith, they have Allen, they have Montalban. So they have to make some decisions of who they're going to go with this upcoming season. They have to make some cap room available if Price is healthy enough to return for this upcoming year. So, I ran across an article that said that they could trade DeSmith to create cap space. That would create about $1.8 million on the books if the Devils were to take off all that cap. And if they would send him to the minors, it still takes about $650K on the team's cap. So if they do decide to find a taker for DeSmith, it would easily allow them to keep Price on their roster. So in this, A Desmith won't cost the Devils a lot, because if a lot of teams are kind of set with their ways of how they're going with their netminders, Montreal is going to need to create that cap flexibility, and the Devils are one of those teams that want to add another netminder if Akira Schmid is to spend the start of the season in the AHL. It makes sense, on a lot of different factors. It gives Schmid some time to develop in the AHL, to hone his game. It gives us another shot to look at Vitek Vanacek, to give him another shot to go for this year, to see if he can prove the way he played in the playoffs and give it another shot for himself as well, build up his confidence. And, it gives the situation with Connor Hellebuyck a year to see what happens. It's going to be a big ask for teams to take on his cap if they want to work out a contract with him going forward and to acquire him. So trading him is going to be a hard situation for the Winnipeg Jets. But, with this, it gives the Devils some time to consider possibly going after him when he turns into a free agent this upcoming summer. So if he remains unsigned throughout the year and he goes to free agency, maybe the Devils are a good landing spot for him. And with the cap going up, maybe the Devils can look at that situation a bit more clear than trying to make this huge trade to acquire him and lose assets for the player when you have to work out a contract to see if you could sign him for this upcoming year. So, DeSmith, it makes a lot of sense. It says that DeSmith is an extremely dependable backup through his career. In 134 NHL games, he has a .912 save percentage, a 2.81 GAA with a record of 58 wins, 44 losses, and 15 overtime losses. Looking at his stats over the past 3 seasons, in 2022-2023, he went 15 wins, 16 losses, 4 overtime losses. He had 3.17 GAA and a .905 save percentage. So those numbers don't stand out and wow you, but the Pittsburgh Penguins went through an up and down year. They didn't make the playoffs, so you have to factor that into that as well. The 2 years before that were a bit better. In 21-22, he went 11-6-5, 2.79 GAA and a .914 save percentage. And in 2020-2021, he went 11-7-0, 2.54 GAA and a .912 save percentage. So, looking at Casey DeSmith, he's $1.8 million against the cap, so it falls right under what the Devils have currently available. He's 32 years old, 6 foot, 181 pounds, and he was undrafted. So it makes a lot of sense for both parties. The Montreal Canadiens need to shed some cap space. If Price is coming back, they need to move one of their goaltenders out, and DeSmith seems more attainable for the Devils, as Jake Allen's AAV is a bit higher, and he has the extra year on his contract. And I think the Montreal Canadiens fan base wants to see Montembeault come back with the team as well. So it makes a lot of sense. Montreal needs to shed some cap space and make some room available for Carey Price, and the Devils possibly need a goaltender to back up Vitek Vanacek for this upcoming year. So comment below. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? As I don't think it would cost the Devils a lot to acquire him. We'll see, but it just makes a lot of sense right now as we're nearing the start of the season, and a lot of teams are or have made up the decisions who they have in net for this upcoming year. So comment below. What do you think about this? Do you think it makes sense for these two teams to go at it with a trade? Comment below and let me know. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Hockey Skatedown. It's free, and join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.